in each session, I'll be asking, so, what would you like to work on? What would you like to have happen? What would you like to get from this call? Something like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch and listen, and sense what's going on, get a feel for it. And I'm going to do what I call calibrating, which is just a fancy word for paying attention, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to figure out what's going on in the client, trying to figure out what's going on in me. And the reason I'm calibrating, which is listening, is I'm wanting to find my way into a feeling of connection with the person who I'm working with. Because I know that when I'm in a feeling of connection, that's the best bet for helping to create the conditions for insight and realization, which, as far as I'm concerned, are what's going to do the heavy lifting in helping the person I'm working with make change. So the model is, calibration, connection, education. Education in the sense of leading out from within. So without further ado, Doreen, you are up.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, fine, thanks. How are you, Jamie?
Yeah, so far so good. So go ahead. No, you go. You can go.
I'm just going to say thank you for the last 12 weeks.
Oh, you're so welcome, because you
Yes.
just finished Thriving Coach's Blueprint, haven't you?
Yeah.
So what would you like to have happen in this session?
Well, the most challenging part of the course for me was the grounding, because I've never done anything like that before. And I feel that actually I have gone through quite a transformation within myself, absolutely, because of it, and that's brilliant. But when I'm coaching, I'm still a bit, some days I'm okay with it, and some days I'm a bit off. So the other day I was listening to your masterclass with the lady who was a very good businesswoman, Kim, I think, but she didn't take time for herself.
Kim
or Kay or
Pam?
Pam, maybe, yes.
Yes.
She wanted to lose weight or something and go to the gym.
That's it. Yeah, that's Pam.
Okay, yeah. And when you were talking to her, she said something like she would just try and change her thoughts or whatever. She would choose different thoughts. And you said something like, well, that you'd observed that actually there's not much of a choice there. Now, maybe I picked it up wrong.
No, you're in the right. I can probably play it back. But what do you think? What are you wanting to have happen?
Because because I'm sort of thinking, then am I looking at it in the wrong way? Because I thought you could choose thoughts and choose to change them, and I've been telling people, just change your thoughts. And
I just don't see any evidence for that. Like, as far as I can tell, Doreen, I don't know what I'm going to think next. And neither does anyone else. Like, do you know what you're going to think next? No, me neither. And Doreen, I never met anyone who knew what they were going to think next.
So that means you can't choose then what you're going to think.
I don't think so.
So then, is it a case where, say you get up and you're in really bad form and you're thinking all these terrible thoughts about yourself, like you're not worthy or whatever.
Sure.
And you're feeling bad, and you know that, okay, I know, okay, this is my thinking. And, yeah.
See, here's the thing. So here's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that in those moments, and this is true for me, my guess is it's true for you, Doreen. In those moments, if you're feeling low and you've got all kinds of shitty thinking, which sometimes happens to all of us, in those moments, if you knew it was your thinking, you'd be like, thank fuck, this is just thinking. Otherwise, I might have a problem, right?
Yeah.
The issue isn't that you know it's your thinking. The issue is that in those moments, you don't believe it's thinking. You believe there's more to it than that. Like, I'll give you an example. Imagine, so tell yourself, I am a tinsel-coated balloon captain rocketing through the heavens at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any concern that you might run into something?
Yeah. No. Okay.
No, because you don't actually believe it, do you? You're not actually a tinsel-coated balloon captain rocketing through the heavens. No, there's no concern whatsoever that that might be true. Or if I say, Doreen, you might turn into an aardvark. You can think that. You can even think I might turn into an aardvark. You don't look at all, for someone who might turn into an aardvark, you don't seem at all concerned about it. Why not? Why not?
Because it's not true.
Yeah. So you know that it's thinking.
Yeah.
You know it's not true. You know it's not, there's not a reality. So my assertion to you is that in those moments where it's kind of messing with you, the issue isn't that you know it's thinking, or that you need to choose your thoughts, or that any of that stuff. The issue is, in those moments, you don't know thinking's got anything to do with that. In those moments, this is my mind read, this is my guess, in those moments, you're pretty convinced that you're onto something.
Yeah, because I think, oh, you know, I'm feeling this bad because I'm thinking like this. And if I could just choose to think differently, then I wouldn't feel bad.
Now I'm going to take it a step further, but we'll see how this lands for you. The issue isn't that you sometimes feel bad because you have uncomfortable thinking or unpleasant thinking, however you might describe it. That's not the issue. The issue is that you believe there's more to it than thinking.
Yeah, babe.
I'm pretty sure, because my guess is, Doreen, there are all kinds of times in the course of a day or a week or a month where you feel uncomfortable and you don't mind at all. You just get on with it. Just like, oh, well, whatever. But there's those certain things. Well, what do you reckon?
Yeah, babe. I had a really bad conversation the other day with someone who used to be close to me, who isn't anymore. And for years it's been fine. And then all of a sudden, I felt completely intimidated and completely uncomfortable and not able to deal with it or something. And then I was trying to think, but it's just your thinking, you know, he can't affect you like this. But
in my experience, sorry, go ahead, Doreen.
No, but it did affect me.
Yeah.
And afterwards I was sort of going, oh goodness, I haven't learned anything, you know.
No, I disagree. Now here's how it looks to me. There are times for all of us, including everyone on this call, and I bet if I do a poll, we'll see that there are times when we absolutely don't know it's our thinking. Okay? And ironically, Doreen, the times when we're most likely to tell ourselves, it's just your thinking, are the times when we don't know it's thinking, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you go to the pictures and you're telling yourself it's just a movie. Why would you need to tell yourself it's just a movie? Because it looks real. So my experience is, let me just check. There are a lot of people here who have worked with me over the years. Has anyone ever heard me say to anyone ever, it's just your thinking? I never say that to anyone. Never say that to anyone, especially not to myself. Because it's clear to me, Doreen, that when we're caught up in it, we don't know that. Like, and so for, you know, you're smart, right? Like you're a quick study, you're a very bright person. So you're good at learning stuff and knowing it, okay? But what you're coming up against here is it's kind of the oldest trick in the book, okay? This is the greatest deception of all time. It's been going on ever since the dawn of human beings. And the fact is, no matter how awake or enlightened or deep in their understanding someone becomes, there are going to be times when they absolutely don't know that it's thought. And so I want you to try and experiment just to see what it's like. Just say to me, there are times when I honestly don't know it's got anything to do with thought.
There are times when I honestly don't know that it's anything to do with thought.
Same here. Same here. So that puts you and me in the same boat, Doreen. We're both human beings. Like the thing that really strikes me is it looks to me to be absolutely astonishing that Sid Banks even saw this, like even glimpsed that this was going on. And so I feel very lucky to be able to see it sometimes and share it with people. And you've seen it too, because that's what's creating transformation in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a worthy endeavor to continue deepening your understanding and learning and exploring what you're doing. So right on.
Okay.
But you don't get to, as far as I can tell, you don't get to be in charge of how your experience is created. You don't get to be in control of how your experience is created. Just like you don't get to be in control of gravity. You can kind of learn to harmonize with it, to move with it, to dance with it. But you don't get to be the boss of it. Doreen, I've been talking a lot. What are you hearing?
No, well, that last bit you said, you don't get to be in control of it. So that would obviously imply, you're not making the decision to think like that or not think like that. It's just happening. The thought is coming into your head or my head, and you just go from there, from how you feel. And probably if you sat for a while longer, the thought would go away again.
Or something.
Or something else would happen. Or
there are a couple of other things. The thing that I've found has the biggest impact in my experience, and this is what you've already started experiencing for yourself over the past 12 weeks, thing that has the biggest impact is just getting a deeper understanding of these principles. And as you get a deeper understanding, it won't stop you going outside in, which we all do. It won't stop that. But it will mean that you'll tend, in my experience, you'll tend to find your way back on track a little more quickly. Have you already noticed that?
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like I don't get annoyed. It's like I get annoyed and then it just, I wait for a second or something and then I just let it go.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm not sure that you're in control of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're just benefiting from a better understanding of who you really are and how your mind works.
Mm-hmm. But in those instances, I haven't said to myself, don't think like this.
Right?
Yeah, I haven't said
It just
that.
happens, doesn't it?
It just, yes, it's just, you let it, like, just let it go. Oh, right.
Yeah. So if you had said to me the opposite, if you said, Jamie, it's great. Every time I feel bad, I just say, it's just your thinking. It's working great. How can I do that more? I'd be like, geez, I've screwed up. But what you just said, hey, you know what, Jamie, when I say it's just my thinking, it's no use whatsoever. But actually, a lot of the time, it just happens automatically. You're learning.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it's working.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's an innate capacity that you have.
Cool.
It is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So Doreen, can you stay with us for the rest of the
Sure,
call and then I'll circle back to you?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you.